Now we're going to learn about adverb. Okay? So do you know what is an adverb? Okay, let's see. So an adverb is to describe a verb or another verb. Adverb. Okay? So that's what is an adverb. Okay. So describing your verb here. So an example will be, there's a whole list of words that you can use to describe your verbs. So there's a group of them. Under one is how. To describe how. Things like quietly, slowly, easily, quickly, carefully, badly, well, cheerfully, closely, hard. So how hard somebody fall. If you notice under this category, majority of the words ends with an ly. Okay? So most words that ends with ly are adverbs. And then you have the under this category of where. Above, far, away, here, outside, behind, below, down, there, nearby. Okay? Under those category of where. Then you have the category of under when. So when did it happen? It happened now? Did it happen yesterday? Did it happen today? Or is it going to happen soon? Or later? Or not yet? Or already had happened? Or it could happen tonight? Then? Or last year? Then you have another category of how much. So when you talk about how much, you're talking about, maybe first thing that comes to your mind is about money, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, how much thing costs. Yeah? So it could be quite expensive, fairly expensive, or too expensive, or enormous. Doesn't necessarily mean cost, yeah? It could be large. It could be very, almost expensive, or rather expensive, or absolutely. So another word here, you've got an ly. Okay? So absolutely. Entirely. So again, this is got an ly in there, so you know it's an adverb. So the last one is how often. Okay? How often? Basically, you can use the word always, sometimes, often, frequently, normally, usually, occasionally, seldom happens, rarely. So again, there's a lot of words there that ends with ly. Okay? So that's the technique of you learning English there. If you see the words with ly in it, you know it's an adverb. Okay? So adverb describes your verb. Your verb is an action. Okay? So there are so many words for you to describe your action. Okay. Preposition. What is a preposition? It's a word used before a noun or pronoun to tell time, place, location, or an object. And the word is very simple. Even though the category under it is hard to even pronounce, but the word that you use for preposition are simple. And these are, the words are in, at, on, off, before, under, by, and my last one is over. But there are many more. Okay, these are just a few. All right? So these are the words you use for preposition. And examples could be, we are resting under the tree. So under is a preposition. Her mom said we can play after we've done or we finish our studies. So after is a preposition. I woke up at 6 o'clock. So at is a preposition. I got this pen from David. From is a preposition. The turtle is hiding inside its shell. So inside is a preposition. Okay? So those are the words that you use to describe or not describe, to use before your noun. Okay, let's move on to conjunction. So, do we know what conjunction mean?
This is a bridge to combine two sentences.
Yes, correct. Okay, yes. It's the words that you use to combine sentences. Okay, so example here, what we have is but, if, and, yet, although, and therefore. Okay, now for majority of the time what I've seen so far, not many people like to use conjunction. They rather use several sentences. Okay, I am not sure whether it's because they don't know how to use it, or whether because they're just not familiar, So if you can, try to use conjunction. It's much more effective. Okay, so an example of conjunction in this case here, what I have, you have two sentences here. Andy liked to eat cookies. He liked to drink milk. So when you use conjunction, you will say, Andy liked to eat cookies and drink milk. Okay, another one here. The dress was beautiful. It was too expensive. The dress was beautiful, but it was too expensive. Okay, so those are a couple of conjunction. Basically, conjunction is not really, the words are very easy, but it's difficult to use. And you don't normally use it that often verbally, but you tend to use it in written. Okay, so it makes more, it's much more effective when you use conjunction than having very, very long sentences or too short sentences. Okay, so conjunction, try to use conjunction wherever possible. All right? Okay, next one. So I have more examples there, which I'm not going to go through. Okay, interjection. Interjection, what does that mean? So it's a word or phrase that expresses, what does it express? Something that is sudden or emotion. Okay, so basically an interjection is a word that you use or phrase that you use when you have some kind of emotional feeling. Okay, but obviously when you're talking, you can show your emotion by using your arms, your face, right? But when you write, how do you show your emotion? You can't show your emotion. Yeah, so interjection are the words that are showing emotion. Okay, so examples, things like yikes, oh boy, ouch. So those kind of words are what you use when you want to show emotion. Okay, so these are interjection. Okay, we don't really use this often. I think nowadays when you use in WhatsApp, that's a lot. I think there's a lot of interjection being used in WhatsApp. Okay, but in written, we don't really use it as often. Okay, so an example here, what I have, the first one, hooray, we won the match. Okay, so obviously you say, hooray, you're supposed to have that, when you're out face to face with somebody, your emotion is really, eager, right? So you say, hooray, you have the movement. Whereas word-wise, it's difficult. So you have to have that exclamation mark and the word hooray to say that you're really happy. And then you have the word, oh no, we lost him in the busy mall. It's like, oh no, oh my goodness. Yeah, we lost the person. Okay, so again, if you have the exclamation mark with the oh no to it, it shows, that either you're really upset or, you're scared or, you show your emotion via words, not facial. Okay, so these are interjection.